Welcome to RMB Crimes, a true crime podcast. I'm Ruby.
I'm Brianna.
And I'm Melanie. Today, we're discussing the disturbing case of Junko Furuta and Japanese teenage brutally murdered in 1988.
This case is probably the most heartbreaking case we will ever speak about. Junko Furuta, a 17-year-old female, was abducted and held captive for 44 days. What happened during that time is unimaginable.
She was kidnapped by Hiroshi Miyano and his friends, who subjected her to unspeakable torture, rape, and abuse.
The perpetrators brutally included burning, mutilation, and forcing Junko to call her family to pretend she was safe.
That is so messed up, bro.
But why did they even torture her? What made them ever want to hurt her in the first place?
Well, it's actually so dumb. The main perpetrator asked Junko out to be his girlfriend, and she rejected him because he was in a gang, and she obviously doesn't want to be associated with someone like that.
Bro, are you serious? He must be so insecure. To think he has the will to torture someone so innocent just because she rejected him, he has to be humbled, because who does he think he is?
Yes, I agree. The investigation actually was cut so short. The court decided to give the four main gang members a short sentence in jail for all they did to Junko.
Yes, apparently the leaders' connections were intimidating to the court.
And guys, the trial revealed horrifying details about the torture. The most unbelievable ways to be tortured were done to the 17-year-old girl.
Can you tell us, what?
Yeah, it's so heartbreaking. It's hard to say without feeling so terrible for her, but a few examples of what they did were they lit her on fire, they input objects into her private parts. Once they put a lit light bulb inside of her, they would make her eat her own feces, and so many more horrible things I can't even mention.
That is just awful. Before we continue, a little reminder for our viewers. This is the Domestic Violence Hotline, 800-799-7233. Every year, countless voices are silenced by violence and neglect. Junko Furuta's story reminds us the critical need for vigilance, compassion, and action. It starts with listening, recognizing the signs, speaking up when something doesn't feel right. Together, we can create a world where everyone feels safe, heard, and protected. Let's honor Junko Furuta and countless others by building a future free from violence. Remember, if you're in need of help or are suffering, please don't be shy or scared to call this number, as they will immediately help you out. And even by just calling this number, you can save your life and maybe even others people's lives. This number is 24/7, so whenever you need help, you're just a number away.
Oh, and I also want to mention they did all these horrible acts in Miyano's home, meaning his own parents knew about what was happening and decided to not put a stop to it.
What?
This girl was screaming, begging for them to stop, and his parents just walked around the house like just another day.
Also, guys, another thing I just want to add, which is absolutely insane, is that Miyano's mother actually blamed Junko and said that Junko ruined his life, and because of her, he has to deal with the consequences and the guilt.
What?
That woman needs help.
That is so wrong. I understand she's a mother, but that doesn't give any excuse to defend your son or anyone that way. There's no excuse for his actions.
What drives individuals to commit such a horrible crime? Was Miyano a psychopath or something?
Well, research suggests childhood trauma and environmental factors contributed to Miyano's behavior.
I don't care about his childhood or his traumas. You don't do that to someone. It's common human behavior. You don't torture them. You don't light them on fire, and you don't input weird things into them and call it entertainment.
I 100% agree. This case raises questions about Japan's justice system and societal pressures, because they are literally walking free as we speak. And let me also add to the fact that one of the gang members just felt so bad and guilty to the point that he basically told the police about what had happened. If it weren't for this member, we wouldn't have known what happened to Junko.
Yes, bro, and the fact that they made her call her parents during this time to tell them that she was safe is just so messed up. That is a different level of evil. Junko's case led to changes in Japan's juvenile justice laws. Her story is truly heartbreaking, and it actually has inspired numerous books, films, and documentaries. Did you guys know that?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
The case serves as a reminder of the importance of addressing violence against women. The Junko Furuta case is so heartbreaking, and it's a reminder of humanity's darkness.
We hope this discussion raises awareness and sparks important conversations.
If you or someone you know is a victim of abuse, please seek help.
Thank you so much for listening and educating yourselves on a new case.
Join us next time on RMB Crimes. I'm Brianna.
I'm Melanie.
And I'm Ruby. And please take care of yourselves.